he behaves bad in class and talks a lot. Yeah, be quiet right now. You're gonna go to the principal's office. She just says that to scare the mandatories. Cause everything the teacher does, she calls someone for help, and that's it. Every time when we're gonna go to somewhere, she calls only the girls too.
If I get a home run, then
like a hall monitor and stuff like that.
My English teacher, she's always getting mad with the boys in her class. She's always like screaming at us, I guess.
Why?
I guess for talking or something like that.
Do you think if the girls were doing the same thing that you guys were doing, it would be the same?
No.
No? She wouldn't yell at them?
Probably not. I guess because the girl teachers, women teachers, I don't know, they fit more with the girls, I guess, and the men fit more with the guys.
Is there a troublemaker in your class?
Mm-hmm.
Who is it?
Auntie.
It's a boy?
Yes.
Okay. How often do they get in trouble with the teacher?
3 times a day, I guess.
Who answered the teacher's questions the most? The girls or the boys?
I think the girls.
A couple of the boys. I don't really have many girl troublemakers. I don't have anyone that, they're just kind of noisy sometimes. They're 4 and 5 years old. But some of the boys get violent with each other sometimes. It's just the way that they play. It's definitely easier to manage girls in the classroom. The boys, it's easy because they feel disappointed with the opposite sex sometimes. I think it has a lot to do with their mom. And they don't like to disappoint their moms, so I guess they refer to me in that sense too sometimes. The girls are easier just because all they really do is scream, and it's just quiet, and they get quiet. So I don't think that I would be able to relate to them as I would if I taught at an all-girls school. An all-boys school, a lot of the times, I wouldn't know how to relate to them. I wouldn't know what to teach in the sense of, like, you know, I don't know, I can't think. It comes down to I don't really relate to them as well as I would if I worked at an all-girls school. I think I would be a better teacher at an all-girls school than an all-boys school. I have a couple boys that are very involved, but mostly girls. A lot of my girls will answer questions right away. They quickly pick up on where I'm trying to go with something. But then again, I really have a few boys in my class that are very on top of it and sometimes are quicker than the girls to answer a question. I think it's just the nature of the sex, to be honest. I think it's just the ways of each gender. I think that the girls are more vocal at this age. The majority of the students that get in trouble and have to be sent to the office are boys. A lot of the things that I will send them to the office for is being violent in class, and my girls don't hit each other. They aren't really like that, whereas I think most girls aren't like that. But I think it's a way that boys play. I try the best that I can to show them that it's equal. I love all of them the same. I don't have favorites. There's no girl that I prefer over a boy. I like them all the same. But as far as gender, I would hope that they don't notice a difference. I don't think that I do anything to where they would really notice a difference. What I do try and do so that none of them feel any kind of distinction between the two as far as me as a teacher would be when I call on Hannah, right after that I'll call on Omar. And then right after that I'll call on Amber, and right after that I'll call on George. I go back and forth, and I learned that in my internship, actually.
I'm a high school teacher. I teach health science, which is a vocational education program in a school that offers academies. Some of the lower level classes will lead into a nursing program, and I think, you know, men don't see themselves as much as women working in that field. And so I think for the most part, because of what I teach, I have a tendency to get more females than males. It's easier to manage girls, but, you know, some girls can be really difficult to manage too. I think guys have more of a tendency of, you know, acting out and trying to impress the people around them, maybe even a girl in class. So I think boys are harder to. I mean, if I stop to think about the different periods, I mean, I have some periods that I can't keep those boys quiet. And then there's other periods that I have girls that participate. But if I really think about it, I think boys participate more than girls. I think I try to mix the lessons up where some things might be, you know, more interesting to females and others more interesting to males. I find myself trying to make sure that I call on, you know, the right amount of males and the right amount of females. Try to get everybody involved in the lesson.